Okay, this video is your beta course submission within the OPCD Webb app. And if you're not sure how to get to the web app, you can always go to the Getting Started channel in the Zeros and One Discord server and click on this. It's going to take us into the app. We're going to have to scroll down and authorize. It'll pull this screen up. You're a registered user. We're going to hit OK. We want to be working within the workflow app, okay, the workflow section. Probably pretty soon these will be gone, but you're going to go course workflow. You're going to find the course that you're dealing with. You're going to open your dashboard. We've already done the terrain LiDAR section. We've already done the SVG processing section. This is the beta release, so we're going to click that. And I left this up, this little error message. If for some reason you try to pull up a GKD file that is already in GSPro, you're going to get this little error message. And I left this here just to show you what it would look like. But it just lets you know that the course is already there. So if you got this far and didn't happen to check if the course was already on GSPro or something like that, and you get to this point, then we've got kind of an issue that we've got to work through. But what we're going to do is we're going to choose a GKD file. And I've got one here that should work. We'll see. I kind of had to manipulate this because this is a course that I've already published. We're going to, the GKD file right here, we're going to open. It's going to process it. And it's got our file here. We've got to do a download link. So to make this download link, what we're going to do, we're going to go to our course folder. This is the one that's got all of our arborist, our GKD file, everything. And we're going to right click. We're going to go down to show more options. We're going to send it to a compressed zipped folder. That's going to zip the file for us. Takes just a minute. This is a big file. Yours may not take this long, but this is a really big file on this course. Okay. Once it does that, we're going to right-click that zipped folder, copy it, and we've got to put it on a Google Drive, some type of shared drive, Dropbox, Google Drive. And I've got a GSPro folder that I keep. And we're going to right click and paste it. This takes a minute. It's got to upload to the cloud. So I'm going to pause while it does that. All right. Sometimes you have to kind of go back a folder and come back in, and it has updated. It's got the little cloud showing there. So it's ready to go. So we're going to right click on that, go down to show more options. This is within our Google Drive. Show more options. We're going to share with Google Drive. When you do that, you've got an access here that you've got to change. It's restricted by default. You want anyone with link. And then we're going to copy that link. And we can hit done. We can minimize that. We're going to paste that link right here. Paste. And we're going to validate that link. It's going to process. It's usually pretty quick. If it takes very long, I'll pause, but usually it's pretty quick on the validation. Let me pause. All right, took that a little bit to process, but once it processes, it shows that it's verified. It uploaded the OPCD file server, verified the file server. So all of that's good with one click. We're going to go down here. We're going to review everything. Everything looks good. And we're going to submit to beta. Takes that just a minute to process. All right. Discord thread created, waiting to upload to GSPro. So we're going to minimize that. And you can see here in the beta test forum, it has created a new course. And I didn't have a lot of data in here, so it's unknown course. And I'm going to put a little post here so everybody knows that this is just a test. What you would do is you would put a little bit of information about your course here. You would upload some photos for your course so people could see it. But I'm going to do that. That way, anybody that's looking knows that this is not a real beta course. Let me pause for just a minute because it takes a minute for it to get into GSPro, and we need that for the next section. All right, so we're going to pretend that that has been in beta for a little while, and you've gotten some feedback and you need to update your course. So you've gone back into Unity, you've gone back into Arborist, you've made updates, you've done all of that. And what we need to do now is we need to go back to your course file. So let's go back to my course file was in C drive, projects, full test. So I have updated everything. I have rebuilt my course, and this is my rebuilt course. Well, we need to send that back to the file. So we're going to delete the old zipped file. We're going to create a new zipped file. Send to compressed zip folder. This is very important, okay? So pay attention to this part. We've got to create this new zipped folder. And sorry, this is such a big file, it takes a while. All right, so it's created a new zip. So we need to copy that. We need to go back to our shared drive. We can right click and paste. Yes, we want to replace the file in the destination. But here's the thing, this does not automatically change in beta. So we now have to take this and let it upload. It takes a second. Let me pause while that does that. All right, so even though this is the same file, we're going to have to recopy and share it. So we're going to share with Google Drive again. Make sure anyone with link, we're going to copy the link. Done. Minimize. And we're going to update our beta. So we're going to click here. And what we have to do is change this link. All right, so we're going to click here. We're going to back that one out. And we're going to paste a new link. And we need to validate that link again, because that's going to update all of these other little pieces, and that's what updates in the beta server in GSPro. So I'm going to pause while that updates. All right, and if you're watching it while it does it, you'll see that all of this stuff changes when you click that. So now we're going to submit to beta. And it's successfully submitted. So if you go back to our thread, you can see that it shows it has been updated. And it's got a new little link, a new little download. And you can put any kind of update, like whatever you did, you can make a little post here telling what updates you made. All right, I'm going to pause for just a minute. All right, so we're back in the app. If you had some major issues and while you were working on it, if you needed to return it to draft status, you could do that. You could take it down while you edit. These are not needed a lot unless it's something that's really causing problems with people playing the course in beta and you want to remove it from the beta server. So that's what this would do, those two things. But once you're done and you are ready to publish and you've gone to SVG, you have to do that to publish. You've got to go outside of the app. Go to the SVG, not SVG, SGT. simulator course. Here, I'll show you. I've got it bookmarked. You're going to go here to actually submit your course. And if you go here to course list, if you're not signed in, you don't have a button here. If you sign in, log in, and go back to your course list, you can submit your course design right here. Once you do that successfully, you're going to come back into the app and you're going to go beta testing complete. And what that's going to do is that's going to remove it from beta. It's going to remove it from course beta. And what that will do eventually is it will archive this thread. So that's kind of the whole walkthrough of the whole beta process.